The audition came around. And
do you remember your audition for SNL?
Yeah.
So what'd you do for your audition for SNL? Because
I mean, I don't remember the material. I remember like what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the material.
Did you do more of a stand-up, or did you more like?
I had to do
characters?
stand-up. I had to do like 7 minutes or 5 minutes of like real stand-up that I like came up with because it was at a comedy club. So I was like, I guess I have to do stand-up.
Wait, the club in New York?
Yeah, the stand-up New York.
Oh, wow.
Like 73rd or something like that.
And so, when you were there, what was going through your mind when you were auditioning for it? Like, you were obviously super
panicking.
nervous.
I'd never done stand-up before. It's not what I was always an actor, you know what I'm saying? And now I have to like act like I fucking like, I don't know, talk about what stand-ups talk about, like what, you know, flying and, you know, the traffic. Like, I don't know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I just came up with like 5 minutes of like sketch on stage basically, because that's what I was used to doing. And I just did like a phone call between like Al Sharpton and Schwarzenegger for a little while. And that was that. I didn't even acknowledge the fact that there was an audience there, which is like what stand-up is. Like, how's everybody doing tonight? I did none of that. It was just weird. But the callback was on the stage, and that's where I was like, I feel better. It's like straight to camera, and I was like in the studio, and I could just, you know, do a sketch in my mind, like what I was used to doing. And then I went back to LA for like a week, and then they called again and was like, you know, we want to do one more at the Laugh Factory, so it was like more stand-up, but it was down to like 4 people, so it was kind of like a showcase.
Do you remember the other 3? The other 3 losers? Unless they're still on it, then the winners who got it.
Well, I got hired with Finesse and JB.
Alright.
JB got hired as a writer, and then there was another cat, yeah.
Cool. And so, Laugh Factory, that's totally different. When you're at the Laugh Factory, that's a totally different breed compared to what you have here at the Comedy Store and all that stuff. So, is it like a bigger space, or like what was like the atmosphere?
I mean, but I don't really know those things because I don't do stand-up like that. Like, I'm a fan of it, so like I know what those places are. I'm aware of them, but I don't know like the tones of the different audiences because I've never like Laugh Factory is like a tourist destination, so you have like more just out of towners and like whatever material just pertains to like universal type people. I know that now, you know what I'm saying, but
at the
time, no. And the stand-up is like local, so you talk about New York things and you'll fucking destroy it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that either. So I just was like doing characters on stage and just doing what I wanted to like silence, basically. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's funny. And so, when you get the call, like that's it, you're in, man.
Yeah, like the next day after that Laugh Factory night, I remember being terrified because like the other 2 guys I got hired were stand-ups and they killed it. You know what I mean? Like destroyed it, like classic stand-up style. Like, man, my mama used to blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, you know.
Right.
And then
I was at a barbecue the other day. Did you know
all of
my
that.
uncle said? Yeah.
All of that. And like I just didn't know how to personalize things at that time. Basically, I was just on some old do characters and just on some sketch type stuff or whatever, just imagination type shit, which doesn't really play in a comedy club.
Right.
And I just remember being so nervous before I went like last. And yeah, I bombed insanely. I bombed insanely hard. You know what I'm saying?
So do you have any advice for people that are trying to do it and trying to get into SNL when they get that audition? Like, what is like one advice you can give them?
Do what's true to you. Like, what makes you laugh is what needs to come across.
Gotcha. So if I were gonna do it, should I do characters or should I just talk? Because I feel like I could do an Aziz Ansari impression that nobody else could do.
Well, then you need to show them that.
I need to show them that.
Yeah, you need to show them what they might feel like they might need, for sure.
Gotcha.
Anybody can talk. Like, we can all talk. But
that's true. So I'm definitely do random.
They've heard a million jokes. They've heard a million, like, perspectives, you know what I'm saying? But what they haven't heard is probably, you know, a great Aziz, even though Nassim used to do a great Aziz.
Nassim did a great
she's not
job.
there anymore.
But that's
so
why
it's
this
like
guy
wide
needs to be
open,
in.
you know what I mean? Slide up in there.
I'm trying to fill that spot up. So Kenan, if you even hear any spots, just like, I know this kid, he'll come in, he'll just do it.
Of
and
course.
I'll crush it.
I mean, I hope you would.
I will
and I hope that would be enough to get you the job, but you never really know.
And if that doesn't work out, then I'll see if, you know, if all that's coming back. I'll try to get my way through there.
I mean, somebody's got to be making a version of it.
Or Nick Cannon's wild now. Nick Cannon's who I really want to talk about.